To be honest, I didn't really enjoy the role initially because to me was I'm meant to be creative, I'm meant to help people, but business, how does this apply?
So, Pam, welcome to the studio. Thank you so much for making time for us today.
Yeah.
You are the manager
Yes.
and coordinator of a business called Revo Store.
Yes.
And it's a social business, or
Yeah.
we like to call it transformational business.
Yes.
So, how long have you been running this store?
Oh, okay. I have been taking this role as a coordinator for Revo Store for about 2 years. It's been a really exciting journey so far. Just to learn about the heart of the history of Revo Store, been given the free hand to come up with the business proposals
To
of what
grow
we can
it, to develop it, build it.
Yes.
So before we get into more of Revo Store,
Yeah.
I want to get more into your own life, where you come from.
Well, I come from Penang.
Okay.
Interestingly, I come from a family of businessmen.
Oh.
I grew up very closely attached to my mom, and I follow her wherever she go for
Oh,
business.
what business were they doing?
Oil painting.
Okay, oil painting.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, growing up, I've seen how business is done. But I decided to do something different. I wanted to be an artist, which my family frowned on. So instead, I decided to pursue software engineering as a degree.
So you studied software engineering in
Yeah.
Penang?
I started foundation in Penang,
Okay.
but I finished it in Nilai, in
All right.
UT Nilai.
Okay.
Yeah. The interesting part was that at my final year, when I was doing final year project, I realized that this is not what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Okay.
When I was doing the coding, but I was good in it. Just that I knew immediately it was not something I want to do for the rest of my life. But I didn't want to change the course. I wanted to finish it. So once I finished it, I attempted IT, but along the way, I decided let's pursue graphic design.
Okay.
But I had nothing. I have no portfolio. I have nothing to show my future employers. But somehow I landed my first job in pharmaceutical with a title called webmaster. So in that 6 years in that company, I did a lot of design, graphic design. I learned everything from scratch, serving in the creative agency for about 10 years. So, and here I am today running a business as well.
So from young, you wanted to be a painter, you wanted to be an artist.
Yes.
So really, it was there, isn't it, from the start?
But it's quite a difficult journey because when you have no portfolio and you go out to agency, you ask for jobs, they're not very keen to hire you.
They
And
want to see experience.
they
or
want to see your
learning at least.
skills, and you don't have opportunity to build it. So I'm quite thankful for my 6 years in my first company. My boss allowed me to grow that skill and constantly challenged me to try, instead of just thinking of graphic design, how about branding? And then I deal with a lot of marketing. So when I go out to marketplace as a designer, I am not just an artistic designer. I became a very business-minded designer, thanks to my first foundation of work. Yeah,
So you had that opportunity for 6 years?
6 years.
And then you went on. Tell us a little bit more after that, what happened?
Well, I was exposed to a multinational company. I was exposed to retail marketing. And of course, along the way, I was like, there was always that journey where, is graphic design enough? Because you will sometimes stop and look, my colleagues, my classmates, they are doing well, they are in software engineering, they are earning cars, what am I doing in my life? So there were times when I have doubts. But when you're working, it was my time of self-awareness. What drives me? What do I really want?
Okay.
And a lot of times you don't get a full, complete picture that, oh, this is what I want to do. But you knew that this is what was given to you, and you do your best to do well. You want to be proud of where you are at. And somehow, sooner or later, it will lead you to the next place. So it has led me today to me running a business. And you think about it, I'm in this role that I have, I get to be creative. I get to think of the business ideas. And the cool thing of the 10 years, I realized that what drives me to enjoy my work is to see the happiness in people, the fulfillment of just delivering a good product, a good service, or just seeing people having their dreams come true.
Your family, all right?
Yes.
What did they have to say, or what did you think that they were feeling when you were going from job to job, when you were moving away from what you studied? Of course, you said earlier that they were business people, so I'm sure they will have high expectations, etc. Did that also drive you, or sometimes even discourage you?
Well, it has been tough in my journey, but I'm glad that for my family that they have been supportive. Initially, because I didn't know what I want, so they, being family, being problem solvers, they said, why not come back and run the business? It sounded very good idea, really good idea. But somehow, deep inside me, I knew there was so much more than this. I was really considering already, but I wanted more. Yeah, so I was very thankful for their patience, and they have been supportive. I shared with them that just give me a bit more time, let me think about it. And sooner or later, as I began to grow well in my career, I showed them my work, and they realized that they're glad that they didn't pull me back from to do business because began to see that my portfolio is actually getting stronger.
There was definitely pressure from the family, but it was natural. They will add that pressure, lovingly, I'm sure. But pressure is still pressure, isn't it?
It is.
And I'm sure we want to please our families, especially Asian. You're saying that the results also counted. You really want to make sure that as you're doing the things you're doing, that you're doing it well and producing results, because with Asian parents especially, results are the ones that speak the loudest. And not just that you say, oh, but mom, dad, I'm happy. Happiness really is not the only thing that parents are usually thinking about. So how did you get into Revo Store?
In the agency line, you come early in the morning, you work until quite late at night. That's every day, is normal. I felt something was lacking. I went for the award night. A lot of agencies were winning the awards. And I was like, is that all that it is? That we work hard behind the desk and win an award? Somehow I don't share their joy. And I knew that this is not, although I thought ideally I should be a graphic designer working in an agency environment, but when I saw the award night, I knew immediately that's not what I want. And
so it was good, but it was not you.
It wasn't me. It was for someone else, but not me. So I quit. For that 1 year, I did freelancing just to sustain, but I decided I'm gonna be giving my best because I'm committed to a church and they have a lot of community engagement. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoy meeting with people and just hearing them out, walking with them. So in that 1 year of freelancing, I also commit my time as much as I can to community. I was also part of a play called ESTHER. And through that, my current boss, somehow in that 1 year, he came to me and he said, hey, I have this proposal for you. Why don't you take up running Revo Store? And I was open to the idea.
So Revo Store was already existing?
It was already existing, yes.
And so you were asked to help to probably build it or develop it to the next level?
Yes.
Okay.
When I came in, I learned the history of Revo Store. It has different managers in the past, so they share with me their heart, share with me how it was run. And I came in, there was already a team of volunteers who is also supporting this business as well. And I get to know the team. It's been a very interesting 1 year of learning. To be honest, I didn't really enjoy the role initially because to me I'm meant to be creative, I'm meant to help people, but business, how does this apply? But because of my 10 years of working, I've learned that sometimes you're given a role you don't like, you just give your best, you just work for it. Of course, I was discouraged along the way, like, oh no, am I doing what I'm meant to do? But one day I opened this book, which is in my store. In Revo Store, you have this book called Inspiration, Volume 2, and I came upon this page. It says, if you cannot be faithful to someone else's dream, God can't give you one. And when I saw that, I was like, okay, you know what? Whether I like it or not, I'm going to give my best. I'm going to make myself enjoy it because feelings change, right? So you're going to give your best. And over time, of just deciding to change my perspective and just be very faithful with what I'm doing. Someone, a close friend, then noticed that, hey Pam, I know you say you don't really like running business, but through this 1 hour conversation, you can't stop talking about business. You can't stop talking about Revo Store. Something has changed. And that's when I realized, wow, you just have to be faithful, and somehow something in you is going to change over time.
I just want to ask you, so I'm sure your boss must have given you the opportunity, not knowing that you were in business, knowing that you were in graphic design. Where do you think you actually got the business side? Do you think that it's already inherent within you, this business acumen or at least interest, or is it something you picked up along the way, or both? And is there a difference between what you knew before and what you know now?
It's really beautiful, isn't it? You think you're an artist, and somehow life is not as straight path as you think. I really believe that I have that business in me because of my family exposure and my 10 years of working, being exposed to marketing people and sales people.
So exposure is really important. Huh?
Yes. Growing up, why I actually didn't like business was because I was a very honest person. I always felt when I watched how people negotiate, I can't keep up to them because each of them, they have something in mind and they negotiate and they press for it. For me, I'll fall under pressure. Oh, okay, you want this? Okay, I give you. So a lot of my family also think Pam can't do good business because
too honest.
Too honest, yeah.
And business sort of like, at least traditional business, people have ways. They won't necessarily say it's wrong, but there are ways to do business, ways to go like, I know lah, but you weren't born that way. So that's why your family probably thought, okay lah, I think maybe not so cut out for business. And yet, I think later on as you're running Revo Store, you found that actually there could be another way of doing business. Is that true?
It is. Of course, over that 10 years, my first perspective was that I didn't like business because I have to earn someone else's money. But over 10 years, I realized you need to earn someone's money because how are you going to operate the business if you don't have the extra income to keep pressing forward? So I began to change, accept the new truth lah. And
earning other people's money
at a good rate.
It's all right.
Yeah.
But as long as you earn it in a honest way.
Correct, exactly. So when I come to Revo Store, I was given free hand. This is a cost. This is this much. How much do you want? So I do a lot of studying, and I watch. I look at how people spend. How people spend. What's a good pricing for them? And there's a lot of interaction with people. Like, hey, how much will we pay for this? So through that, I roughly gauge. Okay, this is a good price to pay. Let's put that.
So you're not overpricing it, and also not underpricing it.
Yes.
I get you, Pam, because I'm also a people person. And sometimes when you're dealing with people, you like people to be happy.
Yes.
And sometimes our thoughts will be simple or simplistic in the sense that people are happy when they get things for free. But that's not always the case because people actually are willing to pay for things. They're willing to pay for their food, they're willing to pay even when they buy a car, buy a house, especially when it's a good price, resale price. People are willing to pay, and actually profit is not evil, right? Profit is not bad. Just that I think we are cut out in a way whereby, no lah, just keep on making people happy. Don't charge them. Everything should be free. But that's not the way life works. So I think even that first barrier, like you were saying, you had to overcome and you had to break through. It's okay taking money from people as long as they're willing, as long as it's reasonable. You're not cheating. You're honest. You're not overcharging. It's something that they will pay anywhere else for a good T-shirt. Why wouldn't they pay for quality T-shirt in Revo Store? Is it something that you went through? I'm sure it was, right?
It was. I learned that, an item that is free, people just don't have they don't value it.
They don't appreciate it.
We are very emotional creature. 10 years, I went to a lot of marketing lessons. We honestly came to a place where we realized people are emotional. They buy things that they feel close to. It speaks to them. So, and they're willing to put a bit of money. But of course, as the person that runs the store, the different people that come in, I talk to them. And once I sense, actually they're looking for this, so I introduce the product to them. But I let the products sell. I don't push anyone to buy.
The product should sell for itself.
Yes, it should
quality,
inspire them.
Yeah, and all that the product stands for, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the cool part is our products, each and every one of them, they have a story. They can inspire people. And some of them even have a history of how, for example, the church that I'm from, Acts, it has a history of how this church started with 3 people and how it grew. So there is a live example of live experience of how this has done. So people are looking to be inspired. So a lot of times I show them around, these are the products. If you want me to share with you more, okay, but if you need your time, go ahead. There's no pushing. Even my volunteers, a lot of them actually a little bit more on the quiet side. When they hear about pushing for sales, they get really scared.
Sure.
So I told them, hey, no, don't worry about it. We are here to host the people that come. We will bring them through, I imagine it like a small little museum, and let them see the product, let them be inspired.
So just guide them, right?
Yes.
So more, instead of salespeople,
Your tour
guides, just
Yeah.
guiding people. This is what we have.
Yes.
Take a look, enjoy what we have here. Whether you buy or not, it's another thing. You should enjoy what you're seeing. And if you really believe that you're going to benefit from this, then get it.
Yes.
Otherwise, we also don't want you to get it. So I think that's a nice way to see sales and business.
Yeah.
We're going to get more into Revo Store in just a minute. When we come back, we're going to talk about what does Revo Store offer and the benefit that it gives to both supplier and to customers. Is that okay?
Okay.
All right, we'll come back in a bit.
What's your favorite thing in Victory Academy?
Learning. It's fun and I want to learn.
I like studying in Victory Academy. It's fun and interesting.
Their education is quite good. I like their curriculum because we use iPad for studies too, so it's quite interesting. We have good facilities here. It's clean here. I like how the teachers teach us. Our friends are quite caring too.
The teachers understand if we do something wrong.
The teachers are very caring and they will encourage you, they will help you. Example, for this particular part you don't know, they will keep teaching you until you understand.
They are very kind. All the teachers will motivate you even though when you're down.
Caring, they always help me whenever I need help.
My favorite subject is maths because I know numbers. I like science because it helps me learn.
I like art. We learn a lot of techniques. We learn to paint and also a lot throughout this year I can see my art actually improved a lot.
Yeah, science, because it really attracts me. You can know about the world and yeah.
I used to get C or D in my maths, but then I've improved a lot. The teacher encourages me, so I feel I'm motivated, so I would just push myself to study harder to get higher marks.
Yes, maths. Much more improvements than last time.
The teachers work together with the parents. And things that's not right, we need to rectify. Then we come in as a team and to help him out.
I like the curriculum. I like how the system is done. It's not just about schoolwork, but it's also about activities that you have which a child can then explore.
When you put a child in this environment, what do you see them become after 2.5 months, 3 months, 6 months? I think that's one of the biggest difference I find going to be. Do you think that Victory Academy is the best school ever?
Yes, this is the best school ever.
Yeah, this is the best school I've ever been.
Tell us, all right, the Revo products.
All right.
What can we find at Revo Store?
Well, we have a lot of things. Even from our own production, we have a lot of T-shirts with positive messages.
So is that what your store mainly produces? Positive, inspirational
Definitely.
items. So
Yes.
that's your business. You want to inspire.
There are a lot of times I go sourcing for good books. Currently, we have a lot of suppliers that bring in very good products. They make their own soap. Some of them make their own notebooks, handkerchief, things like that.
How do you inspire people with that? With a soap? and a notebook.
Okay.
What inspiration does a customer get out of that?
So what we do is that we work with our suppliers. What we look for our suppliers is their products must be beautiful. It has good quality. The pricing is good. Once we find a supplier that fit that mold, we will come in with my 10 years of experience as a marketer and a designer. I come in and help them with the packaging. And so, for example, recently this Father's Day, I have this friend who make a foot spa, and she bought the plastic shoes for the father to soak.
Oh.
Yeah, and surprisingly, a lot of the ladies love the shoes. That is, I actually have to order some more. It's finished ready, the stock. Yeah. So
are you saying that, especially for suppliers,
Yeah.
that you're looking for suppliers, or you said, of course, the criteria, beautiful products, excellent work, reasonable price. But are you mainly also looking for the story
Yes.
behind that supplier?
Yes.
So it could be a supplier who, it could be a single mom
Yeah.
who's trying to earn
Yes.
for her children,
Yes.
children's education, let's say. It could be someone who's disabled,
Yes.
who's trying to be more independent.
Yes.
Are you saying that you actually want to draw out the story? So even though the customer is buying soap and there's no message on the soap, the message is really probably on the tag to that soap that says, this was made by so and so.
Yes.
And so you want every customer and every item that the customer buys to actually not just be an item, not just be any
Yes.
item that they buy, but it has a story. Is that right?
Exactly. So the product, it has a face to itself. For example, like we have this friend of mine as well. Her name is, she's quite famous in the internet lah, Sharon Mohan. She's born with cerebral palsy. So she has a dream. Her dream was that she wanted to start an online business. So when I got to know her products, I said, hey, I can actually come in and help a bit of designing your logo, designing certain things.
Okay.
So that's what we did.
So it's not just the items.
Yes.
They probably have raw items.
Yeah.
But you even go the extra mile by helping with
Yes.
their business model, maybe, or maybe even with packaging,
Yes.
even with designing
Yes.
and marketing thoughts.
Yes.
So you actually go beyond. Revo Store just it's not just a store, but it goes beyond being a store. So you enhance their product actually, right?
Yes.
And indirectly bless them and help
Yes.
them to do well in their business, right? Like an NGO within a business, isn't it?
Yes.
That's why it's called a social
Yeah.
business. That social part of it is strong in
Yeah.
a sense that you use your skill
Yes.
to help people not just put items in Revo Store, but to do it better.
Yeah.
And then of course they can sell it elsewhere with probably better profit margin. There are times where you celebrate, in the journey of doing Revo Store, and there are times where you cry. So let's start with the challenges that you've gone through the last 2 years, and maybe still go through, and how you overcome them, and then let's celebrate towards the end.
2 years when I started, the biggest challenge is myself, me embodying the role of a business owner. I struggle with that a lot because one mind says that's not me, one mind say just do it. So at the end I just choose one side, I say just do it. So that once I overcome that, then I look at the team. When I inherited the team, they have to get to know me, and the thing is, what's my leadership style for them? I learn what are their pressure, what drives them. So for me as a leader of these volunteers, I want to find something that gives them a reason and something that they're proud of as they work in this team. When I started, almost every week I spent a lot of time just eating with them, getting to know each and every one of them.
This is also because when you inherited them,
Yeah.
or inherited the business,
Yeah.
They were not as excited as when they started. Is that true? And also, maybe they lost vision, lost passion. Isn't that right?
Yes.
I think that's how you started, right?
Yeah.
And that's why you go like, oh my, not only do I have internal challenges of my own,
Yes.
of taking up something new, and I'm not really a business person, and I don't want to charge people and earn from them. So all these things that you just said earlier.
Yeah.
So you had to go through internal challenges and
Yes.
overcome them, but you also had external challenges, and the first one
Yes.
being, oh my God,
my immediate team.
I have now inherited a team that is not as inspired
Yes.
as when they first started. So how do I inspire them? And that's why you're saying that you had to spend a lot of time initially, right, with them.
Yes, correct.
So what happened?
So when I get to know them, we're in the middle of transition. A lot of people do not like transition, and it's confusing lah. So when I came in, I did ask them, hey, bear with me, I'm new in this, let's do this together. Because some of them have been there for years, like 5 years, 8 years is long. And I asked them, what drives you? What makes you stay in this team for so long? And they share that they actually just enjoy serving. One of the key things that I have to do is I have to believe in the vision of this business that I have. And I have to start dreaming. So a lot of time I spend a lot of time reflecting, what is the dream of Revo Store? What can I envision it? So the moment I capture that, I immediately share with them like the dreams of what we can do. I change the language of salesperson. I said, you're no longer salesperson. You are now a host to the people that come. You give them a good experience. That's your give back to the people. And you're also not just selling any product, but this product also belongs to another face behind the product is the suppliers. So we are all part of this. And once they hear that, of course, I also spend a lot of time talking to those who have already run it before, managers, other managers, and some of us shared that you need to have a team leaders. So I decided, okay, let me ask one-on-one who wants to lead this with me, help me build again the people. And I got quite a good handful of team leaders, and they believe in the vision. And today, I could see them running on their own, and they caught the vision. They brought everyone together,
Right. So
inspired.
they were re-inspired.
Yes.
And they believe in the vision again, and they're
Yes.
excited now.
Yes.
They're happy. They see things moving.
Yes.
I guess also because you were humble enough to ask for help, and they probably also saw you as wow. You also are a little bit lost and new, and you're willing.
Yes.
That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
The power of willingness. And so I think people are drawn to underdogs, who are willing. And they come around people like that, and they go like, okay, we are in the same boat together. Let's do this. And actually, you were able to turn the team around, which was, I think some of them even wanted to give up. I heard, and now they are happy serving with you, not as salespeople, but as guides and hosts to help suppliers who are worthy to do better and to get a better life, to help inspire customers who are not just buying and spending their money unnecessarily, but every item they buy, they are helping someone else, and they are helping maybe even people that they don't know they are helping, because I know that some of your profits go towards other causes. Not only that, but they're helping themselves, the customers, because they're inspired by the books they buy, by the t-shirts they wear, by the maybe CDs they listen to, etc. And so it is a very inspiring business, and why not be a part of it? So I'm sure when people understand what they're really in for, it's easier to be excited at what you do, isn't it? So I think that's what you've been able to do, Pam, to invest in and to stir up.
You can't achieve everything in one stop, but at every season, at every moment that you are going through, find joy in it. Be proud of it, so that when you look back, I'm glad I did it well. I'm glad I didn't go all the way complaining, but I come out victorious. I come out proud of the decisions I've made. I'm proud of how I led myself into this season. Just do what you have right now, and then once you're done, move on to the next. But don't try to do everything at the same time, because you just be drowned.
Whether it be challenge or celebration, you can actually find a celebration in every challenge, right?
Yes.
If you take it step by step, if you're patient, knowing that even though you're challenged, you can learn from it. It's a season. It's not all that bad. And even though it's bad, because good can come out of bad if you have the right attitude. And it does seem to me, Pam, that you have the right attitude, and it's not overnight that you got this. And so I'm believing that with this new attitude, Pam, Revo Store can only get stronger and stronger better and better, bigger and bigger.
Take
so
that, yes.
I congratulate you,
Thank you.
Pam, and I want to thank you for
Yeah.
spending time with me today at the studio. Thank you for coming in, and I
Thank
hope
you, Mr.
to
Kenneth.
meet you again. Please come back and talk to us again.
The son actually dragged the father in because from far he saw the toys that we placed out on the table. Yeah. So father came in and he, you could see that he was just trying to look on the ground like, okay,
He's probably a bit
son,
scared, right?
Yeah, scared.
Yeah.